really finds its groove in July. The Jazz Festival runs for 10 days, and there is music for everyone. Whether it's a pop-up show at a neighborhood garden center, a jazz show at the Basement, or a big act at the main stage in Victoria Park, the whole city is buzzing when it's the Jazz Festival. And so tonight, I'll be with CBC live on location in Victoria Park. But for everyone who can't make it to the festival, we're bringing the festival to you through your radio. So sit back and enjoy. We've got some great musicians lined up and some awesome tunes, plus all those tickets we have to give away. So stay with us. This is Blue Sky. Well, we're already getting emails from people who want to go to a show. Darren in Saskatoon sent us a photo and says he'd love to see Jewel on Saturday night, so get those entries in. Here's what we're giving away. So we have several pairs of tickets to give away to shows on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. All you have to do is email us your best concert photo and tell us which night you'd want to go, and we'll put your name in for a draw. So the email for that is bluesky@cbc.ca, and the first 25 people to come to CBC in downtown Saskatoon over the noon hour get a free ticket for tonight. It's a great lineup. There's Shaky Graves, Frazee Ford, Blue Moon Marquis, Alexis Normand. So if you're in Saskatoon right now, get to CBC and look for my colleague Taran Cochran. That's 128 4th Avenue South. Aaron Karinka is a musician. He finished up a set at the Jazz Festival earlier this week, and he's going to be our guest for the hour to talk about music in the city. His most recent solo album is called The Current, and Aaron is going to be with us for the whole show. Welcome to Blue Sky.
Hey, Alicia. Thanks so much for having me.
So good to have you. So just how important is it for you to be in Saskatoon during the Jazz Festival?
It's crucial. This is always my vacation. Every time this festival approaches, I'm so excited. And I just think it's such a beautiful, wonderful thing. It's CBC night tonight at the festival. CBC is sponsoring. And you think of all of the things that make a festival happen, the staff, the organizers, the volunteers, and of course the sponsors. So Thank you, CBC.
Yes.
My goodness.
And Aaron, you're not someone who takes a trip to Mexico. Like you're like, I'm spending my money on Jazz Festival tickets.
Yeah, often throughout the years working in the grocery store, I would get comments, you're a manager. You should go to Cuba. You should go to Jamaica for a holiday. I said, I've got Jazz Fest right in the city. I can saunter up. I don't have to check my bag or anything.
So how would you describe Saskatoon during the Jazz Festival?
I would describe it one word, jubilant. Everyone's jubilant. They're in a jubilant mood. They're in a pleasant mood. And it's just a beautiful thing. You can walk really anywhere in the city, and at the right time, you can hear music just, traveling block to block. Yeah. And that's what I love about it. The music is everywhere during Jazz Fest. It's so well thought out that way.
Yeah, I took in a show at Garden Architecture just off 20th Street, this little garden spot. It was a lovely afternoon. You did a show at Nasser Plaza?
Yes, indeed.
Along the river?
Yeah, I loved that. I mean, I'm singing songs with all kinds of imagery inspired by Saskatoon. I'm talking about the Victoria Bridge and whatnot in my songs and how that uplifts me. And I had this amazing chance to just sing right at the bottom of the Victoria Bridge with all kinds of wonderful folks coming out at noon, which isn't easy to make a 12 p.m. show, 12 to 1, and they made it out, and it was a wonderful experience.
Yeah, so you performed there, but then you also have taken in some of the other neighborhood pop-up shows. You were all the way out in Brighton.
Yes,
this
indeed.
is a suburb for people who aren't familiar with Saskatoon. It's like right on the edge of town, right? Like you're looking out to a field when you go to that amphitheater.
Absolutely. I was out there, and I was checking out The Last Birds. I'm a big fan of The Last Birds. And they put on a beautiful show out there. And once again, how heartwarming is this festival? You're out so far from, main stage on the edge of the city, and the festival's still going on. And I'm seeing folks of all ages sitting together, sharing a beautiful moment, watching The Last Birds. Like it was quite touching to see. And I loved it. Yeah. You've
picked a song from Last Birds, Yellow Roses. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about Last Birds?
They're a married couple, and they singer-songwriters from North Portal, Saskatchewan. They're right on the U.S. border, and they're just the most down-to-earth, wonderful people, good, like, old-school manners and thoughtful and whatnot. And I've had the honor of playing a couple shows with them, and they create beautiful harmony with their voices and their music, and I really recommend checking them out. The song Yellow Roses to me is a throwback to a classic, like Everly Brothers song or something like that. It's a timeless pop song.
Okay, let's listen. Here's Last Birds with Yellow Roses.
Yellow roses by a house where no one lives anymore. Every year those roses sure to bloom bright and true. Somebody told me that a family once lived there. Their son, he got sick, and they moved away, moved away. Yellow roses by a window of a little boy's room. Scent of yellow roses drifted in every June. When I see those roses, I wonder, did that child have a chance to bloom and grow wild, grow wild? Yellow roses by a house where no one lives anymore.
Last Birds with Yellow Roses. I missed their show in Brighton, but hearing that song on Blue Sky, next best thing. Aaron, thanks for introducing us to them.
Hey, my pleasure. Yeah.
You also wanted to talk about Regina's Marissa Burwell, someone that's been on your radar. She did a show at Loki, that brand new restaurant in Riversdale. What a spot. So why is she on your radar?
Great singer-songwriter out of Regina, just won a Sask Music Award and so well-deserved. And, you know, I think she brings such a unique style and energy. Her songwriting, just really cool indie rock kind of songs, amazing voice, kind of one in a million voice, absolutely. And that was on my must-see checklist, and I just barely weaseled into that packed room. I had to
Oh, really?
I had to sweet talk them a little bit, like, I won't cause any troubles. I'll just stand in the back. I understand that it's full, and it was packed wall to wall, and you know, it was great to see. Fantastic show. She played all kinds of new material too, and it was just awesome.
Love it. Well, we've got Marissa on the line right now. Marissa, welcome to Blue Sky.
Thanks so much. And thanks for the nice words, Aaron.
You let him in. So it was a packed house.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was on like the patio of the restaurant, and it was great. There was people turned away, which is sad, but exciting for me.
So this was your first time not only playing at the Jazz Festival, but your first time at it, right? You'd never been to the Jazz Festival, had you?
No, I'd never been to, like, being from Regina, you'd think it's not so far, so why not make the trip? But I hadn't been to any events put on by Sask Jazz before.
And so what did it mean for you as an artist to play?
Well, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, like, I hear about it every year. I see photos, I hear about it from friends and musicians, and I was just so excited to be included, honestly, to be considered that to play for the neighborhood pop-up part of Sask Jazz. So I was just super excited.
And now that you've experienced it, how would you describe it to others?
Well, now that I've experienced it, in my head, I'm like, okay, well, I need to go back for like the main stage portion. I need to go take in more in, because it was one thing to play, but I'm so focused on the playing that, like, oh, I want to go sit. I want to go sit on the patio, or I want to go sit in the grass. So it was super great because there were so many people that I didn't know that maybe wouldn't have come to my shows otherwise if it wouldn't have been curated by Sask Jazz. So it was just really cool to play for like that curated audience.
Aaron, as you listen to Marissa talk, I know you had your first jazz festival show as a local musician. It's a pretty big deal to get that invitation, hey?
Absolutely. It's a huge thing. It's really prestigious. And yeah, I totally relate to what Marissa's saying, where you're just hyper-focused on the show. Like, I got to get here on time. I've got to play this. It's like coming to CBC today. I can't burn this bridge. Don't nuke the bridge.
It's an important bridge, right? That jazz
is.
festival. Is it a stepping stone? Does it open doors for musicians? I just think about how we've had so many high-profile artists over the years, and yet, who we focused on so far on this show are the local artists, and they're amazing too. Yeah. But to get that chance to be part of a festival like that it's a pretty big deal.
It's huge. It's like a rocket pack strapped to your back once you play this festival. To me, it was a dream to play the festival. So when I played it the first time, I thought to myself, like, that was a dream come true to play that show. Absolutely.
Love that. Marissa, you have not just played Sask Jazz. You've been doing some touring, and this was not your biggest festival, was it? Like, you've been doing a lot.
This was a big festival, so I'm like, I don't want to downplay that at all. But yeah, I've been playing some exciting shows this past year and a bit, so it's been super great. We were in the UK in May, and we were in Austin, Texas in March, and in the fall I was in Germany, and so it's been a really fun year, of shows for sure.
How long have you been making music?
I put my first EP out in 2019, and I've been writing songs since high school-ish kind of thing, but not sharing them until after high school. It took a long time to get the nerves to play. And a couple years after I even started playing them to like, I would still get nervous before each show, but to actually enjoy it and not just be totally consumed by, oh my gosh. So yeah, but long story short, high school.
Yeah. Okay. So I picked a song, Scaredy Cat. Do you want to set things up? Maybe just tell us a bit about the song, and then we're going to let people listen to it.
Yeah, sure. So that was my first single after my first EP. So that came out in 2019. And I was going through a phase when I was just like super scared of everything. I don't know what was going on, but literally my roommate would have to warn me before they'd leave the room. They'd be like, Marissa, I'm leaving my room. Because if they wouldn't, I don't know, I'd see them walking down the hall and I'd like scream. Anyways, it's supposed to be lighthearted. It sounds like maybe it's sad, but it's about my dog. if you'd believe it, of just like the comfort that I have of having my little creature beside me. I just felt so much safer. And after I wrote that song, I don't know. It cured me. I was brave again. So that's what the song is.
Okay. Well, we're going to think about all of that as we listen. So Marissa, thank you so much for being one of our guests today. And I know we'll talk again. So thank you.
Thanks so much.
That is Regina's Marissa Burwell, a musician. And here she is now with Scaredy Cat.
Did
John Early is from Saskatoon. But his life is in Nicaragua these days. He runs a retreat center there, but he always makes sure to be home in Saskatoon for the Jazz Festival. He is a local author and longtime volunteer with the festival, and he joins me now in our studio. John, welcome to Blue Sky.
Thank you.
So how many years have you been volunteering? You've got your all of your badges, right?
I've got all the access passes from 17 years of volunteering, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. 17 years. So you're committed.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing that love coming back here, and I've always loved the live music scene in Saskatoon, and being able to be a part of that and being able to contribute and also get in on some of the ins and outs when you're helping MC and stage manage a big festival like this is a ton of fun.
Yeah. So you're obviously organizing your life in order to be home for the Jazz Festival because you don't live here anymore.
It's a good reason to come back home. I mean, summer in Saskatoon is always an amazing time, and this is the best. For me, the Jazz Fest has always been the biggest kickoff of the summer in Saskatoon.
Yeah, and so you are intentional about being here. So how has it been so far? We're about the halfway mark.
We're halfway, yeah.
So
yeah.
What have been the highlights?
I mean, it's been so great to see the pop-up series everywhere. So you're getting places all across the city in different venues. Victoria Park, now that it's the second year, doing all the main stage and the free stage shows there. So the last week has all been free music, and now we're kicking off today with Shaky Graves later on for the ticketed shows in Victoria Park. And it's just been a perfect venue. It's a huge, beautiful park. The weather they've timed perfectly. And so it's been great to have that space and see so many kids and families also coming out and enjoying the music.
So 17 years of volunteering, you must have a lot of stories. What are some of the strongest memories from over the years?
We've had, I mean, from emceeing for Lauryn Hill to then also having The Roots or even Little Richard. Little Richard was definitely one of the wilder people we've had come in. He was Seventh-day Adventist, so he wouldn't go on until it was dark out because it was on a Saturday. And of course, the sun doesn't set until late at night. So that was an interesting challenge when you're trying to deal with not just the artists and the bands and everyone, but also the egos of some of these bigger names when you're when you're dealing with big names. Yeah.
Yeah, but have you felt quite starstruck over the years then?
Not too much. I mean, Ben Harper was a big one when we had Ben Harper and Charlie Musselwhite come in. So he was great, and it's always nice when you can have a quick moment with someone. You can kind of get a glimpse of the genuine care that they have about their music, and that's always special. You never want to, they say never meet your heroes. So that can be a tough one sometimes when they're in such a busy rush mode. But the Jazz Festival's always brought in such amazing headliners from internationally around the world, but then also brought in so many local artists to also open for that. So I love seeing also equally all of our local artists from around Saskatchewan on the big stages, just as the same with the big headliners.
Why are you so committed to volunteering? You could just come back and enjoy the festival. Why do you want to be part of it as a volunteer?
That's a good question. I mean, there's something about also volunteering, you get access to all the shows. So you're 2 weeks straight of going to music every night. So it's also one of those fun things. But there's something about contributing to it. And I think that's always the spirit of Saskatoon that I love coming back to. And it's got one of the highest per capita volunteer rates in the country, that people always go and help make things happen here in the city. And that's what I feel like. It's still a small city. So if you're wanting to go and have something to do in the city, whether it's live music or events, people love getting behind things. So I love being a part of that and getting that inside view of things and contributing to help making the city a vibrant place for live music, for culture, and getting outside and enjoying summer.
How much has the festival changed over the years?
It's gone through a lot of different myriads, right? I mean, it started more on the concrete kind of like jazz side of things. And a lot of people will say like, oh, it's a music festival more than a jazz festival. And if you go to actually a lot of the smaller shows, it's a tremendous amount of jazz. It just there's a limited amount of touring acts that would be considered a headlining jazz artist to put on the main stage. This year we've got Arturo Sandoval, and he's originally from Cuba, one of the legends on the trumpet and piano. And he only has a few more years left. He's in his late 80s, so we're amazing to have him come in. But that's the thing where you're getting jazz in all of its essences. You're getting anything that's involving improvisation, syncopation, where you're looking at different beats from Latin rhythms to Cuban music to Afro reggae and all these different types of music. So you're getting the full spectrum of music and the essence of jazz. And I love it.
What makes the Saskatchewan Jazz Festival so special and maybe unique, different from other festivals? I know you've got other festivals on your radar that you're heading to this summer, but what makes this one extra special?
I think it's pretty incredible that you have a week and a half long festival, and the first week is entirely free. So that for me is, you can go anywhere in the city. It's across Broadway, it's across downtown in Victoria. So you've got a week of free music, and that, I mean, there's no better reason to get out and enjoy the sunshine and take the kids out and just enjoy some live music when it's totally free. I commend that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that we're right along the river and you're hearing music. I was out paddleboarding and you could hear music along the water. It's just like such a special
It takes
time
over
of
the
year.
city, and there's something about that. And then all the different smaller businesses get involved with it, and just another reason to just get out and enjoy the parks of the city. And Victoria Park is truly one of the most beautiful parks in the province. So
We have one of Alex Cuba's songs teed up to play. That's an artist that you're looking forward to.
yeah, I can't wait. He's opening for Johnny Reid tomorrow in Victoria Park, and he's a Cuban-Canadian artist based out of BC, and he'll bring all the fun flair for sure. So excited for that.
So you'll take that in, and then in September you're back to Nicaragua.
That's it. Back to the heat.
What a life. John, thank you so much for being with us today.
You bet.
Volunteer. He's also an author. You can learn more about him at johnearly.ca. We're going to play that Alex Cuba song in a moment, but I want to update you on the tickets we're giving away, and I want to talk a bit more with our guest for the hour, Taran Cochran, a local musician. So we had 25 tickets to give away to the first people to arrive at CBC in downtown Saskatoon. People are coming, and Taran's giving them away. What a lucky thing to get tickets for tonight. And then we're also asking you to email us your best concert photo, bluesky@cbc.ca. We have some pairs of tickets to give away for the next few days. So there's lots of ways to win, but the best way is to come right to CBC, say hello to Taran, and then you may also get some CBC swag as well. Like I said, Taran Cochran is here with me in studio. You were listening to John Early. He had 17 volunteer badges. So he's got lots of stories, but I know you've got lots of stories too. Like when he talked about some of the artists he got to meet, have you had, some encounters?
I have. It happens sooner or later. Everyone's wandering around the grounds and the festival sites, and I went to see Trombone Shorty one day. Trombone Shorty, and he put on a stellar show, and I was really starstruck. I was watching him. I crammed right up to the front, and I was walking back in front of the gates, and I was just nerding out over the show. Gosh, he's so good. He's so talented. And I was walking with my brother, and we literally walked right into Shorty, and I was like, oh my gosh, are you Trombone Shorty? Trombone Shorty that just played up. You're fantastic. I'm sorry to bother you. He's like, that's all right. Do you want a picture? I'm like, yeah, I do. He put his arms around us, and he was really warm and down to earth and appreciative, and yeah, it was fantastic. It makes the night even better when you run into the musician you just cheered on, and you find out they're such a sweetheart.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that Alex Cuba is a sweetheart. I haven't actually met him. I've heard a lot about him. He's from Smithers, BC, and we're lucky to have him as one of the performers. So
yeah, he's so good.
Yeah,
so talented.
Let's listen to a song from Alex Cuba. Here he is with No Cocina Cualquiera.
Yo quiero que a ti te guste como cocino la cena.
Con mucho sabor, muchas cosas buenas.
Porque lo que yo preparo no lo cocina cualquiera.
Dicen que yo sé
Ay, mamá,
jugar con candela.
se escuchará en todas partes cuando mi cocina huela. El murmullo de la gente
que sale de mi cazuela.
Oh, oh,
Como cocino yo,
no cocina cualquiera.
vaya. Muchachos,
Oye, ahora dice. Llegaron los invitados, ponle a la mesa mancillas.
que hasta un español vino de Sevilla.
Buscando donde se come hasta romperse la hebilla.
Está muy claro, señor, aquí hay maravilla.
Y siguen los comentarios volando de esquina a esquina, que yo me haré millonario
A cuenta de mi cocina.
oh, oh.
Como cocino yo,
No cocina cualquiera. ¿Qué? Cocina cualquiera.
Seguro que no.
Ay, dilo, María.
No.
Yen, yeray, yen, yeray.
que no cocina cualquiera como yo.
Ese pollo,
Ay Dios,
pollero,
eso digo yo.
candela,
Dime si quieres probar, yo sé que te va a gustar.
sabro.
Como cocino yo,
Sé cómo cocinas tú, mi vieja.
muchacho,
Muy rico.
sabrosura.
Vacilón. Sí, sí. Ya. Mira, como tú, mi vieja, nadie en este mundo sabe cocinar. Y si tú quieres gozar, vete a buscar a María. Ey, yo lo sé.
Sabrosura,
Qué rico los tostones.
como cocino
No
yo.
cocina cualquiera.
A little Alex Cuba for us this afternoon. Lovely, hey? So smooth, so good. Let's check in with Taran Cochran. We left him outside. It's a hot day, and he's got all these people wanting these free tickets. So should we say hello to Taran?
Taran, please tell us you're
Taran, do you need any water? Hi, Taran.
Do you need more ice?
Hey, I'm doing great. I actually got a nice coffee, which may not be the best choice, all things considered, but I'm
Nice and
doing
cool.
well.
So
Hey, you
how
know
is
what?
it out
So-
there?
Well, I'll tell you what, first and foremost, let's give it up for CBC listeners because so many people have came up and been like, are you okay? They just wanted to make sure I was all right. We've given away almost all the tickets. I've only got 4 left. A few other things to note is that there was a car accident. 2 people wanting tickets actually hit each other. So there was some action. I'm dead serious. And then as well, too, I ran into a roommate of mine that I haven't seen since 2001.
Oh, that's very Saskatoon.
So it's very cool, and it's been really good. One guy just came over and just specifically wanted merchandise, so fans and stuff like that. So he got those, so we're good to go. It's been really fun.
Nice. And then that's not all. You're not stopping there. You're going to take your iced coffee and head to another location. We're going to be at the main stage tonight, you and I and a few others, right?
That's right. We're going to be right in Victoria Park, right near the main stage, the CBC tents. We're going to have an Olympic-themed friendship bracelet station, along with our Olympic-themed photo booths. We're going to be giving out more swag, and just want to have people come by and chat with us and hang out with us. It's going to be CBC Day at the Jazz Festival today, so we're looking forward to have everybody come by and just see us, and we're going to enjoy some great music today and tonight.
All right. I love it. Taran, stay cool. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much.
You heard it there. He's got 4 tickets left for tonight, but we have more tickets to give away. And so if you can't make it to downtown Saskatoon right now for those ones, you can email us your best concert photo, bluesky@cbc.ca. Tell us which night you'd like to go, and we'll put your name in for a draw. So your best concert photo, bluesky@cbc.ca. We got an email from Laura who says, I simply love the Jazz Festival. It is the highlight of my summer. This photo is from my favorite band, Los Amigos Invisible. I don't know if I said that right, who played at the Free Stage back in 2012. It was an amazing concert. As you can see, I was thrilled. Fingers crossed. I would love to see Melissa Etheridge. She rocks. Yeah, Melissa Etheridge, that's Saturday night, right?
Yes, we can confirm she does rock.
She does rock. And you know who else rocks is Anna Haverstock, who's playing a little bit before Melissa Etheridge. Here's the thing about Anna. It's like moving from the kids' table to the adult table at a big family dinner. She went from dancing on the grass at the Jazz Festival as a little kid, and now she's hitting the big stage, opening up for some very big acts, one of them being Melissa Etheridge, also Jewel.
Yeah.
How
big is that?
That's big.
Huge. And you know, if you're going to that show, all the more reason to get there early because you're going to see the wonderful Anna Haverstock.
Mm-hmm. She's on the line right now, so we can say hello to her. Anna, welcome to Blue Sky.
Hello. How are you guys doing?
We're great. We're great. So how did you find out you'd be playing at the Jazz Festival? What was the story of finding out that you'd be playing, and did you know who you'd be playing with?
Well, they sent me an email offer and it just said a main stage gig, but then it said to be announced for the other act. So I didn't know for a couple weeks or maybe a month who I was actually opening for. So I was definitely surprised when I found out and overjoyed, I guess you could say, and intimidated. Also intimidated.
Okay, well, tell me why you were overjoyed. Let's start there.
Well, I mean, I feel like, I was a kid in the 90s, so Jewel and Melissa Etheridge were just slightly huge in the 90s. And I grew up listening to them, and my sister, who's in my band too, she's a huge Jewel fan. So yeah, we are just absolutely stoked. It's just going to be crazy.
And so that leads to you feeling a little bit intimidated, like you said.
Just slightly by these powerhouses. Yeah.
So how do you prepare for a gig like this?
You hydrate and get lots of sleep. No. And obviously practice with your band a lot. Yeah, we've been having some really good rehearsals, and I'm really, really excited to play with my friends up on that big main stage. It's going to be wild.
So are you kind of like Aaron, and even Marissa said this too, that you're just so focused on your own performance, like making sure you get there on time and just like hyper focused on that? Like, have you had a chance to take in other bits of the festival, or are you just waiting until that big gig is done?
Well, I can't miss out on the free stage. So I did see a couple things in the past week. I went to see the Dump Babes at the free stage in Brighton, which was awesome. Very cool. So many kids chasing bubbles. That was hilarious. And I saw, what did I see? Oh, Funk Joint at the Victoria stage,
Oh, yes.
Victoria Park.
I was there.
Yeah, it
Fun
was
with a
awesome.
K, as they say.
Funk.
That's what they introduced themselves.
Funky.
They're like, we're Funk Joint, fun with a K. Like, oh, clever. So tell us about Little Anna and your experience with the festival growing up.
Oh, little Anna. Well, I was very shy, but my mom has been taking my sisters and I to the festival since we were really little. And yeah, she would always go up there and get us to dance. Eventually, when I was a preteen, I got too shy, so I stopped for a while. But we've been going together for years, so she's so excited to come see us up on the main stage there and opening for amazing acts.
Yeah. Aaron, did you go to the festival as a kid, or were you someone who went later in life?
I just feel like I've always been old my whole life. So probably in my 20s or 30s I started.
20s or 30s you started, yeah. So Anna, what would little Anna say about you playing the way that you are now?
Oh, I don't know. I think she'd be absolutely shocked. I remember one time I saw the Cowboy Junkies and Jesse Cook at the Bez Gardens, and I got to meet Jesse Cook, and I was like, I play the guitar too. And I was like in, I don't know, second grade or something. And he was like, oh yeah, you keep on practicing. I'm like, so starstruck at this moment. Yeah, I don't know if I ever would have pictured this, but just like, it's so cool.
Yeah. I've asked everyone who's been on the show today just how they describe Saskatoon during the Jazz Festival. It is such a special time. So I'd like to hear you describe what the city's like during the Jazz Festival.
Oh man, it's so vibrant and so full of life, and there's just so much going on. And the free stage, like everyone's been mentioning it. It's just like so cool that anybody can go down there and check it out and enjoy the sun and enjoy the music. Yeah.
And someone who's local, like we've been talking to all local artists this show. What does it mean for you to be in the Jazz Festival as a local person?
Oh, it's such a cool opportunity. Like it's a huge festival with big names, obviously. So it's amazing to even be thought of, and to be asked to perform is just like so wild. So thank you to the Jazz Fest for booking me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So we picked a tune of yours because we're trying to bring people the energy and the music of the Jazz Festival who can't make it to Saskatoon. And so we've got Reach Out to Me. Do you want to set that tune up?
Yeah, sure. Well, this song I recorded in 2020, and it's funny. I actually recorded every single part of this song. So every instrument, every vocal line, that's all me. The drumming, forgive me, that's also me. But, yeah, so this track, I mean, it sounds a lot better with the band. I'll just give you that. So if you come see us, it'll be awesome. But yeah, it's a pretty personal song from 2020. I hope you guys like it.
Okay, well, 2020 was quite the year, so
oh yeah,
here we go. It's a bit of a flashback. Well, Anna, have a great time with Jewel and Melissa Etheridge. Tell her that Aaron and I say hi. Tell both of them that Aaron and I say hi.
If I get the opportunity to meet them, I absolutely will.
Okay, take care,
much.
Anna. Bye-bye. It's Anna Haverstock, who's playing 4:15 at the main stage in Victoria Park. That's on Saturday, the night that Jewel and Melissa Etheridge play. Pretty nice hearing from Anna, hey?
It's so cool.
Yeah.
You know, she's going to knock that show out of the park, and everyone's going to be dancing.
Yeah, can't wait. Okay, so let's listen to Reach Out to Me.
You whisper to me are in my head, they'll never leave. Say what you will it's fake. Courage and strength it'll take to own up to yourself again and move on with it, my friend. Reach out to me, reach out to me, reach out to me, reach out to me.
Anna Haverstock with Reach Out to Me. Again, she's playing 4:15 at the main stage in Victoria Park on Saturday. Our guest today, Karinka, a local musician, jazz fest lover. We've been having a good time today, haven't we?
It's been so fun.
It's been so fun. Taran Cochran, our colleague who was outside of CBC giving away 25 tickets, gone, done, no more, don't come. Unfortunately, someone showed up, they put their baby in a car seat, drove down, didn't get any. But there is still a way to win some tickets because we have more pairs of tickets to give away for shows, for the main stage the next few days. So all you have to do is email us a picture from your favorite concert, your best concert photo, and bonus points if you email and tell us about why you want to go to the jazz festival and let us know which day you want to go. So email bluesky@cbc.ca. Now, part of the reason why we're doing the show today is because CBC is sponsoring tonight's event, but also it's one of the shows I think a lot of people want to go to. At least in my circle, I feel like this is the night everybody's going.
It's a stacked bill. Everyone's psyched for this one.
Yeah, so tell me about the bill tonight and what gets you excited.
Shaky Graves. I've never seen Shaky Graves, and what a chance to see the first time you get to see him at headlining Sask Jazz, and also going back many, many years. I was such a big fan of a band called the Be Good Tanyas, and we have Frazee Ford as well.
Ford.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's added value. In the grocery game, we call that added value. Big time. This is a club pack of headliners. This is a club pack of headliners tonight.
Yeah. Before we play, I've got a tune from Shaky Graves pulled that we'll share with folks in a moment. But I think there's been a lot of reminiscing today, right? Like hearing from John Early. I'm still just astounded by his story that he's volunteered 17 times, that he lives in Nicaragua now, but he plans to come home to Saskatoon every year for the Jazz Festival. And, hearing Anna Haverstock's stories. And so what else is running through your mind, Aaron, when you think of jazz festivals in the past?
It's kind of a weird side tangent story. But if you've ever had a conversation with me, that's kind of how I roll. I recall walking down just to buy tickets to the festival, to a couple upcoming shows as it was. It had already kicked off, and I was late in the game. I was getting a couple tickets, and I could hear music all around me, free stage stuff going on. Wandered into the lobby of the Besbro Gardens downtown, and I ran right into Gordie Howe.
What?
NHL legend Gordie Howe. And it never would have happened to me if I didn't support the Jazz Fest. So if you see, you never know what'll happen. Dreams come true.
I wasn't expecting you to say Gordie Howe.
I met Gordie Howe. Not exactly a prominent jazz musician, but
a Saskatoon thing.
And he works a lot of magic with the hockey stick, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So kind of like Taran standing outside CBC, and sure enough, he runs into a roommate from 2001 or whatever. You head to the Besbro years ago, and you run into Gordie Howe.
Yeah. And, I just said, is that Gordie Howe? There was a person with him who said, is that Gordie Howe? Yes. Do you think he would mind if I just said, are you Gordie Howe? I love you. I love you. My dad is a fan of yours. I'm a fan of yours. And I met him, and he was nice, and he was jubilant as well. Yeah. And it's a bigger kind of case of okay, I ran into Gordie Howe, but I meet all kinds of people going to this festival and all the free stage shows, the ticketed events, everything. This festival builds community. all around the city. We're all running into old friends, and it's been a weird couple of years. So I feel like I'm maybe starting to get some of my social skills back just by going to this festival, and it's really melted my heart. All the shows so far.
Yeah, it is special. Okay, so what will you say if you run into Shaky Graves?
I'll say, "Hey, Shaky, how's it going? I'm a fan of your work," and then I'll probably run away nervously.
Okay, well, we've got some music pulled, so let's listen to Shaky Graves with "A World So Full of Love."
I know how it feels to be alive with no desire to live. I know how it feels to die inside and try hard to forgive. And my way of finding out is 'cause of love just let me down in a world so full of love, yet not enough to go around. Well, I was once so proud to have a love that I could burst with pride, but that sunshine turned to storm, and now that's all I feel inside. It's enough to make me wish that I couldn't hide and not be found in a world so full of love, yet not enough to go around. I could sit for days and wonder and not find the answer still. By the time I die, I wonder if by then I even will. I must live to be 100 if I hope to live it down in a world so full of love, yet not enough to go around. In a world so full of love, yet not enough to go around.
Shaky Graves, A World So Full of Love. That song made me feel good. It just like warms my heart and makes me excited for all the things to come tonight.
Right? Imagine how uplifting it's going to be tonight over at Victoria
Park. It's going to be beautiful, even though it's hot. But by the time Shaky Graves takes the stage, it will cool off, and it's going to be a beautiful evening.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you already mentioned Frazee Ford. We're going to end on a tune by Frazee Ford. But any final words before we say goodbye, Aaron, about the Jazz Festival?
Well, I just want to say, thanks to all the organizers, the volunteers, and the sponsors for bringing us this very special festival every year. I know so much work goes into it, time and effort and planning, and I think you've done a masterful job planning it out the way that this beautiful festival has just swept across the city. It's everywhere, and it's nothing but positivity, good vibes everywhere from this festival.
Oh, well, good vibes from you today, Aaron. It's been a pleasure having you as a guest, so thank you. This has been fun.
Thanks, EBC. I love you.
I have one more question for you, though, before we go. Do you swim? Are you a lake swimmer?
You know, I like to think that I am.
Anyone can be a lake swimmer.
I'm more kind of float. I'll jump off a dock if I know that the water is not over my head.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so then you could be part of the show tomorrow. Tomorrow we're focusing on swimming because it's like the hottest week ever. So hot this July, and we thought, why not do a whole hour on open water swimming? And so we're going to talk about swimming tomorrow. You'll hear from some passionate swimmers. You know, maybe you love open water swimming, or maybe you're working through a fear of water and learning to swim as an adult. We are here for all of it. So share your stories about swimming tomorrow between 12 and 1 on CBC Radio 1. But before that, I'm heading out to the Jazz Festival to watch Frazee Ford. I love this song, Done. The video is so good. 9 years ago now. So we'll see her perform it tonight. Thanks to everyone for listening. Enjoy this music and see you tonight. Be sure to stop by our CBC table and say hello. Have a great afternoon.
You criticize by numbers, you hammer at the roots, wait for me to beg.